We're just hours away from the next round of voting in the papal conclave. Black smoke billowed out of the chimney over the Sistine Chapel this afternoon, signaling the cardinals sequestered inside have not elected a new pope. All 133 voting cardinals have cut off communications with the outside world and will not emerge until the church's next leader is chosen.
We expected black smoke tonight, but we expected it a lot earlier. At the last conclave, the smoke appeared around 7:30 in the evening. This was an hour and a half later.
Cardinals gathered in the Sistine Chapel come from 70 countries. Pope Francis appointed 80% of them. At St. Vincent de Paul Catholic Church in Rogers, parishioners gathered tonight for a special mass to pray for the conclave. Father Rodolphe Balthazar says the Mass was part of a worldwide effort to pray for the cardinals who were making this decision. He says the cardinals did spend a little time simply talking.
Before they start with the elections, they talk, they get to know each other, and then they see the challenges of the world, the needs of the church, what is going on right now in the world, what is going on right now in the church.
Father Balthazar says this is one time politics has no part of the decision-making process.
They are going to listen to the Holy Spirit to see what exactly the Holy Spirit is telling them in that moment. Who should be the best among all those cardinals to be elected?
Catholics in the United States have often wondered if a cardinal here could ever be elected pope.
All the cardinals can be elected as a pope. But however, what I do know, among these 133, we will have one. Who is he? Only the Holy Spirit knows for now. So that's why that's important for us to know as people of faith, and especially for the Catholic community to remain in prayer.
Father Balthazar says Catholics also need to keep a very important point in mind throughout all of this.
The new Pope is not going to replace Pope Francis. So the new Pope, it's a way to say Peter is back. Okay, does that make sense? Because the Pope, that's the successor of Peter, not the successor of Pope Francis. And that's exactly sometimes what people forget.
Here's another look out at the Vatican tonight. Live look out there tonight. The cardinals were sequestered in the Sistine Chapel are hours away from their next round of voting. As soon as the white smoke comes out of the chimney, that will mean a new pope has, of course, been chosen. You can always download the 5 News app to get a breaking news notification sent to your phone as soon as that vote happens. After decades of delays, real ID requirements now in effect at airports and federal buildings all across America. To get one, you'll need to show documents including your birth certificate or passport, proof of residency, and your Social Security card. If you don't have one, the Homeland Security Secretary announced yesterday you'll still be able to board a flight, but you should be ready for extra scrutiny and security checks from the TSA.
If you don't have your real ID, TSA will work with you to try to verify your identity in other ways. That's not guaranteed to get you through the checkpoint. That's why if you don't have a real ID or any other real ID compliant identification, it's important to arrive even earlier to the airport so that they can work with you.
XNA will have signs like these posted in the airport directing anyone without a real ID where to go for the additional security check. Also happening at XNA, the airport announced today it'll be offering a direct flight to Pensacola, Florida through Breeze Airways. It'll be a new nonstop flight option to the Sunshine State. That flight will operate 2 times each week on Thursday and Sunday starting this September. Today at the Arkansas State Capitol, a memorial for law enforcement officers who were hurt or died in the line of duty. Peace Officers Memorial Day honors local, state, and federal officers who have died or have been disabled while serving. Little Rock Police Chief Heath Helton spoke at the ceremony today.
Yet every day, our brothers and sisters in uniform face these challenges with humility and courage that inspire us all. We honor their sacrifice not only by remembering how they died, but by celebrating how they lived.
President John F. Kennedy signed the bill establishing National Peace Officers Memorial Day into law back in 1962. It's been an active severe weather season in Arkansas, and for many, frustration is now setting in. FEMA rejected calls for a major disaster declaration, saying the state can handle it. As Rebecca Brown explains, that back and forth on top of insurance issues is leaving many storm victims very frustrated.
I didn't think we'd be in this position.
Those words may be resonating with many Arkansans as severe weather in recent months swept across the state, impacting people like Haley Tucker.
We've been living there for 13 years, and we had storm damage last month. We've had the insurance company send 3 adjusters out. Each one has said, you have hail damage on 3 sides, you have problems, we have leaking roof into our bathroom.
Tucker says after years of paying into homeowners insurance, she's not getting the help she expected. Her claim denied, and now she says she's out of options.
And we're afraid that if we switch insurance companies, they're not going to accept us with what we have right now. With the damage we have, they're going to say you're not coverable. So we're kind of just stuck between a rock and a hard place.
On top of everything else, Tucker says the daily stress is already overwhelming.
But I'm a special needs parent. We can't have this in our house. And we were hoping that the insurance company would be insurance and take care of their end of the bargain while we take care of our family.
And Tucker's not alone. Many families are in the same position. That's why Reva Brown, executive director at the Red Cross, says they're stepping in to help.
Primarily, we're focusing on our disaster assistance centers. We want to make sure that we provide financial assistance to those affected by the recent floods and tornadoes.
Brown says anyone impacted has until June 19th to find out if they qualify for Red Cross services.
And our mission is to prevent and alleviate human suffering in the face of emergencies. And tornadoes and floods are emergencies, and we want to be there to provide the care and the comfort that people need as they build back after these floods and tornadoes.
Rebecca Brown, 5 News.